Good Wednesday morning, everybody. Hey, I'm Chris McDonald. I'm with East Tennessee Times, and I'm the online news editor. Gwen Ford's our publisher and main editor, but we're over here in the greater Pigeon Forge area on Tuesday, surveying the damage from last night's forest fires on Monday, and we're seeing new flare-ups and all. I've got my dear friend Tammy Lahew here, who lives out on Wears Valley Road near the Alpine Coastal region. And Tammy and her husband and the friends and family of that subdivision last night almost had a very tragic ending to their day yesterday as a fire began over the mountains over the Alpine Coastal region and spread down the mountain last night. And had it not been for the rain, things would have been a lot different. Tammy, good to have you. Tell me a little bit about what you saw last night, and you tell the people what happened around, you say around 8 o'clock last night, 9.
Yeah, it was after dark. We was home maybe hour, 2 hours at the most, and we was inside, and we knew fires was going on all around us somewhere. And the last report we heard was Gatlinburg Spur was on fire, and we got a call from a neighbor asking if we knew about the fire going on, and I said yeah. And I thought he meant the Gatlinburg Spur. He goes, no, there's one outside across from us right now. And I said, what? So I said, let me go meet you outside. And sure enough, about 500 yards from our residence, literally, on the side of the mountain where the Alpine Coaster sits, there was a fire coming down that side of the mountain coming towards us. We were seeing big bright red embers flying up through the sky with the high winds, and we just didn't hesitate after that. We packed up, loaded the car, our 2 dogs. We had a couple of hits where to go to for safety, you know. Lots of friends helped us out in that aspect, and we thanked them for their hospitality. They were going to put us up for the night. Just as we were leaving, it started sprinkling. We just kept praying harder and harder, praying harder and harder for rain, and it just didn't seem like it was raining hard enough because the fires were just getting so bad around our area. Make a long story short, we waited it out at our friend's house at their RV. They loaned us for the night, and went from there back to the house after about an hour and make sure everything was still intact and we still had a home to go back to.
Right.
Sorry for getting emotional.
That's fine. I guess this emotion that you're feeling is the emotion a lot of people are feeling in this area today, isn't it? A lot of people you've talked to.
Very much so.
Because they've not been as fortunate as you have. A lot of people you know
Right.
and I know have lost property that from the
Yes.
same fire that you're talking about.
Exactly. And that's why it's so upsetting too, is not just the fact that, yes, our home was saved, but we still have more to deal with tonight. We've had friends evacuated. We've evacuated, not knowing what's going to happen again tonight. There's people displaced and missing still. Like Chris said earlier, there's 3 reported deaths now. You just don't know. We take life for granted sometimes, and you just don't realize from one minute to the next how quickly things can change your life like this, and make you think twice about how you live and what
Right.
you do and how you treat people, everything, all the above. And I just thank God that I'm still here, my husband's still here, my friends, my family.
At what point last night were you the most concerned? You told me that you said that you feel like this fire was actually the original fire that started at Chimney tops, that the winds took, and describe that to me like you told me today. You felt like that the embers blew from Chimney to Gatlinburg, to you.
Like a lot of people know me, especially my friends on Facebook and friends in real life. I follow a lot of what goes on around here because we moved here for the Smokies.
Mm-hmm.
And I always watch the updates. I watch the news and follow what happens goes on around here. And I've been watching the fire closely that started at the Chimney tops over the weekend. And we knew it was spreading, and they weren't getting it out yet. They were containing some of it, but yet we were having issues coming up with going to be high winds and just bad weather coming. So we kept a close watch and seeing where the fire by Monday or Tuesday was spreading over into closer to Gatlinburg, Roaring Fork, Twin Creeks area. And the winds were getting so bad yesterday, it ended up, in my opinion, I don't know the facts of what happened, and we know a lot of these fires are getting started by arsonists.
Right.
And I know a lot of them are just reports, but not confirmed reports. But in my opinion, I feel in my heart that this fire is related to, and the one we just had last night, of course, by us, is coming from all these hot embers and these extreme high winds. And we don't need them anymore.
Right. Now, you mentioned that you're concerned about tonight as well. You're feeling that
The high winds, the embers flying again,
may be
all
the
these
same.
fires. There's 14 still reported fires as of a few hours ago. I haven't been keeping updated lately because it's just been so heart-wrenching. I've stayed off of Facebook for a while.
And we're doing this interview around 5:30 on Tuesday night as the sun's going down. Wind's not been so bad today, but there is a sense that the wind's going to pick up tonight before midnight because we got a storm system coming through.
And we're already sitting in a circle of smoke right now.
Right,
we're staying here being interviewed in a circle of smoke. And it's just, I can't explain it. Devastation, I don't even know if is the true, real word to put towards. It's just so devastating and wordless, speechless sometimes about this whole entire thing. It's just, we're watching rescue trucks go by us like every 15 seconds here, and things going on all around us.
What was the thing going through your mind the most last night? I know you're glad your property was saved, but I guess the human element, we forget that this is life, and we've had 3 people die today, unfortunately. But you and your family last night, was there a moment you told me y'all left the house, y'all did evacuate for a little bit and then came back? Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we mainly came back because concerned that we only have a little car, but that's all we had in it was what we could fit in there. And we had our 2 dogs. My husband had his prized possessions, which is his musical instruments. I took my mom's wedding album, our wedding album. You think of things, but you can't think of everything because you're in such a frenzy and a hurry to get out and save your own life, and it wasn't just us we were thinking of, it was everything and everybody. We were concerned about our friends here and the livelihood of this whole entire area that we moved here for.
Exactly.
The whole beauty of it is gone right now. I mean, the beauty is still there inside of our hearts right now, but on the outside, someone or something is tearing it apart.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, and we'll end this interview. What do you think is going to be the hardest thing to deal with after this is all over? I know Gatlinburg, they're saying, there's 10% of the city that's completely gone. They're going to be rebuilding that. But you live out more toward Wears Valley. Y'all, what have you heard around Wears Valley and toward that direction as far as what has been the worst damage over in that way near where you were at? Mainly on that mountain up top, Alpine Coast, right?
Just a few miles down from us, Wears Valley, Cove Mountain was on fire last night. I was worried about them folks, I've got friends all around me, that are like our family here. Well, they are our family here. This is our Smoky Mountain family down here, and we've all, built strong family-oriented relationships and have bonds here, and we can't explain it unless you've lived it or still live it like we do now.
Well, Tammy, we appreciate you interviewing with us today. This is Tammy Lahew. I'm Chris McDonald with the East Tennessee Times, and we are just very saddened by the fact that, I'm going to get in the picture with her here. This is a good lady right here, and we appreciate her taking the time to interview with us today.
Thank you,
and
Chris.
folks, all of you in the East Tennessee area, just know we'll be keeping you updated over the next few days of the latest developments on our Facebook page and on our website, www.easttntimes.com. And Tammy, I want to thank you again for talking to us today. We'll have a few more interviews this week, and we appreciate you listening in. Chris McDonald, online editor, East Tennessee Times. Have a good day, everybody.